everybody, and welcome back to the Weedsport Speedway, coming to you live from the Portside Pub here at the Port. Along with Dan Kapuscinski, I'm Shane Andrews, and we welcome you back to Off Track TV Live. Dan, there's a little nip in the air, and it is August. I'm not sure if the weather's changing or if it's supposed to be fall.
I know, no kidding. Well, it's been a beautiful week here, and we had a big week of racing last week here at Weedsport Speedway. I'll take the chill as long as there's no rain.
Absolutely, and we're looking for no rain this weekend.
That's
as
right.
a big show coming up at the Shortport, the Go-kart track.
That's right. Weedsport Kartway going to be back in action this Sunday, August 25th. We're calling it our Kart Cup. We're going to have two big Twin 20 main events for the Pro Clone 360 racers. Over $1,500 in guaranteed money on the line through the field, $500 to win each twin, another $500 if you have the best overall finish. So a lot of money on the line this Sunday.
Where do I sign up?
You got to come on Sunday, Shane. Bring your gear. I got a card for you. It's just off camera.
Yeah, I qualify for the heavy class by all means. Hey, you know, every time we do the show, we ask you race fans to get a hold of us. Make sure you do. Send us a tweet. Send us a email. Get a hold of us. Dan and I will answer your questions towards the ends of the show. And
right.
We're up for the challenge as always. Some great questions that have been coming in this year.
Well, it's just great to have that interaction with the fans and be able to answer questions, you know, that they're wondering, you know, that are going on in the racing world. And we do our best to give them an answer.
And we'll do our best, so make sure you get a hold of us here. Dan, you mentioned there's been some great racing, and a couple of weeks ago here at the Port, we had a great show, and I think we need to take a look back at it with the Empire Super Sprints.
That's right. We got some great highlights from the ESS Sprint Car, ESS Legends Reunion here at Weedsport Speedway. We're going to take a look at those as they roll up on the screen here from the action just a week ago. 4 wide for the ESS racers, their first stop to Weedsport Speedway for the 2019 season. Of course, they will be back on Monday, September 2nd, part of the Labor Day double play. Jonathan Preston and the Cobra Chuck Hebing started on row number one of this big main event. It looked as though the Cobra was going to pounce first, but Preston in the 22 was able to dart into the race lead from the pole position. And Jonathan Preston once again looking very good here in the beginning of this A-Main, looking for his third feature win of the season. We scroll a little bit further back. Danny Varon once again on the charge, the 10 of Paulie Colagiovanni, but there was trouble early on out of turn number 4. Jason Barney in the 87, Kyle Moffitt in the 36 tangle. Out of that fourth corner, you get a look at the replay right here. Barney actually got in touch there later on after the caution had come out. Unfortunately, the left rear tire on Barney's car went flat. He was unable to rejoin the field. On the restart, the 00 of Danny Varon continuing to make way. If there's a sprint car race at Weedsport, he's going to be one of the guys to beat. He nearly won the 410 sprint car race back here with the All-Stars in June. He's quickly making his way to the front. Tons of action back through the field in the mid-pack of this one. Paulie Colagiovanni, the ESS Sprint Car Series point leader, really moving here as they move to the outside of corner number 1. He was on the charge in this one. 6 main event wins on the season, trying to make it number 7 as they roll into corner number 3. Colagiovanni and Hebing going back and forth. The best battle on the racetrack here for position number 3 as they tried to chase down race leaders Jonathan Preston and Danny Varon. More trouble, though, here out of turn number 2. Dave Action Axton would roll over that number 2 machine out of the second corner. That would bunch the field one more time, but it would not help Hebing or Colagiovanni as Preston and Varon continue to run away from the field. Colagiovanni, though, able to finally make the outside of the racetrack work to his favor. He was able to roll around the outside of Hebing in the 45 to move up into a podium position. But as we talked about out in front, it was all Jonathan Preston rolling out of corner number 4, going across the stripe to get his first career win at Weedsport Speedway. Danny Varon in second, Paulie Colagiovanni in third. Preston, he was very excited before taking that trip to Victory Hill. He tore up some sod down on the front stretch as he gets ready to move into Victory Hill.
You think he's pumped up right now? Jonathan Preston puts it on Victory Hill for his third career win and third of the year.
Oh, it was a treat. This thing couldn't have been any better. I mean, it went through lap traffic. I was fortunate on the starts. It was stumbling. It wouldn't take off. It was getting a little hot, but the thing was a rocket ship.
The rougher that track got, the worse I got. At the end there, I was just hanging on. Every little hole would just upset that car. With the clay rolling up like that, just didn't play in our part.
I was running the bottom for a while, kind of got held up behind Chuck and lap traffic, so I said, we'll try the middle, try the top, and it worked out.
From Victory Hill here at the Weedsport Speedway for the Empire Super Sprints. Well, we'll change in the cars. We'll go from wings to big block modifieds. The Orange County Fair Speedway, the battle at the Midway 100 for the big block modified Super Dirt Cars Series. One of my favorite sights to see, the 4-wide salute to the great race fans on the hard clay to set off their Centennial Weekend celebration. At the drop of the green, the Batman, Peter Britton out of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, in the number 21A. He would lead him down to the green, but it would be Ryan Godown, the Ringo's Rocket, in car number 26, grabbing the number 1 spot. Godown, the winner of the Saturday night race the previous week in Orange County, using that experience to his liking as he leads the field here as the 9S of Super Matt Shepard. Looking to the inside of the 21A of the Batman for position number 2 as Eric Rudolph in the 25R moves up to 4th. Super Matt gets around the Batman to take over position number 2, and then he'll set sail after the 26 of Godown. In traffic, the 17 of Marcus Dinkins, the 37 of Paul St. Savor, right there. Godown on the top side, committed to the top. Super Matt takes the low side. He'll be your new race leader into turn number 3 and 4. Super Matt comes out of it with the number 9S in control of the battle of the Midway 100 as Godown staying right there with them as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Restart midway through the race. Matt Shepard still in control, as you can see. Godown in the 26, and now Eric Rudolph in the number 25 are looking to make something happen as they battle off of turn number 2. Super Matt all by himself, class of the field on this one, but trouble behind them. 3 cars together, including the 17 of Brian Crummell and the number 43 of the sensational one, Jimmy Horton, out of Neshannock Station, New Jersey. Godown and Rudolph would do battle for position number 2. They would be this close for the rest of the race, and this is what they would have to contend with one another as Super Matt Shepard in the 9S, he was in his own area code as he would tame the hard clay, picking up his 6th Super Dirt Car Series win of 2019. Ryan Godown second, Eric Rudolph finishes in third, and Super Matt starts out the Centennial Weekend by picking up $10,000 on the hard clay, celebrating in Victory Lane. Dan, a sight that we have seen quite a bit in 2019, Matt Shepard in Victory Lane on the Super Dirt Car Series.
Yeah, Matt Shepard in Victory Lane, but Eric Rudolph nipping at his heels somewhat there as well. Shepard and Rudolph have been the 2 drivers to beat here as the summer months have stretched on.
And like I said, that was the start as a Centennial Weekend down at Orange County. And we got to throw a congratulations out to Matt Williamson, picking up $100,000 for the win in that 160-lap affair down at Orange County. Congratulations, Matt.
No doubt the highest paying modified race in history. It proved to be a very interesting weekend top to bottom, but Williamson was the man standing on top at the end of it.
Speaking of a man that's been standing on the top of a lot of wins, he's a driver that has won quite a bit here at the short track, as we are going to have a 4-time feature winner of the kart races here at the Weedsport Speedway joining us in our next segment. Don't go any place, as Nick McGill will be here with us in just a moment.
Weedsport Speedway is home of the fastest cars and biggest stars. With over $1 million in recent upgrades, our fans know this is the premier race destination in the Northeast. The fan experience is at the forefront of everything we do. LED light shows, luxury suites, premium stadium seating, and a 27-foot HD video display to engage and entertain fans. And by the way, our fans, our fans kick ass. They are committed and loyal. They bring their families to races. They consistently engage with us over social media, on our website, and tune into our incredible productions airing on national TV and streaming online. This year features an exciting season of events. It's a blast to go fast. Want to talk to a growing audience and next-generation fans? Customized sponsorship opportunities make it super easy. We have event sponsorships, product sponsorships, digital billboards, web, social, digital ads, race day displays and signage, booths and promotions. Video opportunities both in-venue, on national TV, and streaming online. The drivers, the excitement, the speed. The Port Burgers are why fans show up. At Weedsport Speedway, our venue and production are the reason they keep coming back. Be a part of the best season yet.
Welcome back to Off Track TV Live here at the Weedsport Speedway, and literally the big cats are out tonight. We can hear them in the background. When we were on break, somebody let their cats out, and they're purring away.
I was nervous. I'm a dog guy now.
So am I. But I wore my sneakers, so all I have to do is outrun you two. But I don't think I could do that on a go-kart track.
No. We got you beat there.
Yeah, you do. Dan is an accomplished go-kart racer, and so is our guest, Nick McGill. You have 4 wins here at the Shortport in 2019. First of all, welcome to the set. And what has made you so good on the Shortport here in the season?
I think it's the daytime racing. It's kind of a dry, slick racetrack, and you know, it's more of a driver's track, I feel, and I enjoy coming here because this facility's really nice, and the track just suits me, it seems like, and I like it.
Well, Nick, obviously from Brewerton, New York, McGill Collision right there next to the Brewerton Speedway, follow modified racing and dirt track racing. What's it like getting to come to Weedsport and compete? I mean, albeit not on the Speedway, but you're on the facility and around the home of modified racing.
Yeah, it feels good. I come here, help my buddy Nick Krause on his Sportsman, and, you know, I get my turn too, you know, being able to come out on the Shortport and have some fun.
Yeah.
You're the Clone Heavy Points leader right now here at the track. You got a race coming up this Sunday. Do you feel there's a bullseye on you coming into this event?
I hope not. I know.
You didn't paint one on your car, did you?
No. But, you know, I just try and, you know, a lot of times I had to come from the back and, you know, I just work my way up through the field and, you know, take my time, you know, I would say, and, you know, try not to put myself into any vulnerable situations, you know.
Sure.
You know, it's worked out so far, so that's good.
I would say so. Now, this Sunday, there's a little extra on the line, aside from your point events that you'll run in heavy and super heavy, the Kart Cup Twin 20s. $1,500 potentially could come home with you. How does that change your mindset going into a karting event?
Well, it's going to definitely be a lot more work. You know, I'm going to run Can-Am on Saturday night, but coming here, you know, I might run 2 karts. I'm not sure yet. All depends on how Saturday goes, but I think we'll have a good shot come Saturday, or, you know, on Sunday for the 360. I haven't run a 360 race yet.
Right.
But I want to, you know, focus on the 2 points classes because I'm leading the points in both super heavy and heavy. And then if we come out with $1,500 more, you know, that's a good day.
Absolutely. That is a good day if you can come out with that much money. But at the end of the day, though, it's got to be gratifying knowing that, you know, this close to home, you had a good run, and it's a track that is obviously still relatively new. First race only taking place last September. And you're the man to beat coming into these events.
It seems that way. You know, anything can happen, though. So, right. You know, I'm just going to take a modest approach into going to this weekend and even Oktoberfest, you know.
So is kart racing what Nick McGill is going to keep doing, or is there anything else in the future?
I've had a lot of people ask me that question. You know, living so close to the racetrack, you know, it would be easy for me to, you know, try a Sportsman out or, you know, something different. But I enjoy go-kart racing, honestly. You know, it's manageable, I would say. You know, it's not too expensive, but it is expensive, and you know, I like it, you know.
Well, we know Dan is part of the staff and management team here at the Weedsport Speedway for the Shortport, but you two have dusted it up on the speedways in Central New York in the past as we take a look at you here in your sharp number 13. I like that number, by the way. But I've got to come back to you and Dan, and I asked you off camera, and I'm going to ask you now. You two ever, bump fenders when you're out on the racetrack?
Oh yeah, we've had some fun at Oswego back in the day, and I hope I can race against Dan here sometime soon out on the go-kart track.
I'm hoping not to see him at Oswego anytime soon because the way that 13 kart's been running. But you certainly got yourself hooked up and have done really good for yourself this summer. You should feel real proud of what you've done.
Yeah, I've got I thank a couple people that have helped me out big time this year. Is Triple X Tire Technologies and CKE Racing Engines. They've really helped me out this year, and you can definitely tell it's helped.
We talk about the racers in the modified sportsman pro stock division on the big track putting in all the time and the effort, but the same is for the karts. You guys are in the shop every night going through these karts, getting them ready. You put a lot of time and effort to make that machine fast, don't you?
Oh, yeah, except for tonight. I've come out here and got to hang out with you guys, but it's definitely an all-night, every night of the week process, and sometimes you get home late from the races, but then you're back right at it again.
Yeah, I was going to say, Nick's got a lot of work ahead of him. There's a big race at Can-Am on Saturday, so he's going to run 4 features there, then have to turn his stuff around, come back to Weedsport to run on Sunday. There's other guys that are going to have run at Oswego on Friday, so there's a lot of kart racing in this area for people to take part in.
Oh, yeah, for sure,
Any advice to a youngster out there that wants to get into racing? What would you say to them? How would you go about doing it?
Well, you're definitely not going to be fast right off the get-go. You definitely have so much things to learn, and a lot of it is patience. Honestly, it's hard to teach patience, but that's what you need.
Right. Just like any other racing, really, at the end of the day. Yep. You got to learn and listen to advice, the right advice here and there, and try to put it to use.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, we appreciate you coming out here. Thank you very much for taking time out of the shop to come and talk with us a little bit, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Nick.
And Dan, this weekend, Sunday, at the short trip,
That's right.
We've got a good one.
When you're here watching, you're going to be watching him out in front. I got a feeling.
I hope so.
You don't want to miss it this Sunday for sure, Shane.
1 o'clock starting time at the short port right here at the Weedsport Speedway for the go-kart races. Nick, thanks for coming out. We appreciate you doing what you did here tonight, and good luck this weekend. When we return here to Off Track TV Live, we are actually going to take a fine-tooth comb to Danny K's go-kart. You'll have to stick around to see what we're going to do when we come back.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Silverado. It's the official truck of calloused hands and elbow grease. The official truck of getting to work and getting to work. Of late nights and date nights. It's the official truck of homecoming and coming home. The all-new Chevy Silverado. The strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. It's the official truck of real people.
This is 95X.
Alternative rock. Don't you worry, baby. No cisgender. Syracuse Rock Alternative 95X.
Weedsport Speedway is home of the fastest cars and biggest stars. With over $1 million in recent upgrades, our fans know this is the premier race destination in the Northeast. The fan experience is at the forefront of everything we do. LED light shows, luxury suites, premium stadium seating, and a 27-foot HD video display to engage and entertain fans. And by the way, our fans, our fans kick ass. They are committed and loyal. They bring their families to races. They consistently engage with us over social media, on our website, and tune into our incredible productions airing on national TV and streaming online. This year features an exciting season of events. It's a blast to go fast. Want to talk to a growing audience and next-generation fans? Customized sponsorship opportunities make it super easy. We have event sponsorships, product sponsorships, digital billboards, web, social, digital ads, race day displays and signage, booths and promotions. Video opportunities both in venue, on national TV, and streaming online. The drivers, the excitement, the speed. The Port Burgers are why fans show up. At Weedsport Speedway, our venue and production are the reason they keep coming back. Be a part of the best season yet.
Live along with Dan Kapuscinski. I'm Shane Andrews, and well, we've rolled in Dan's go-kart.
Yes, for better or worse.
Is it do we call it a go-kart or do we call it a clone heavy, a clone? What do you call it?
I always called them carts, but then I always got fixed to say it's a go-kart.
Okay.
But yeah, but this actually is a clone. Setup right now is a clone heavy go-kart, so we're set to run at 375 pounds if I were to race the car today. To take this into a Pro Clone 360 kart, which you'll see the guys running for the big money on Sunday, it's just a matter of removing some weight.
So with the clone heavy, 375 pounds, that includes the driver.
With the
now,
driver.
You've been on a diet. You've been watching your weight. Yep. You're down to less than 200 pounds. So how much does the kart itself actually weigh?
The kart itself is probably right around 160 pounds.
Okay.
So that's why when you get to be that 190, 180 weight level as a driver, it's probably the best weight that you're going to be in the sense that you could run anywhere from 340 weight class up to the 375 and not have to do too many adjustments in terms of weight.
And this chassis is a Slack kart, correct?
Yep, it's built by Slack Karts. It's their all-new Pursuit chassis that was brand new this season and has had quite a bit of success.
Well, let's take a trip around this kart and take
Sure.
a look at it. Let's talk a little bit about the motor. How much we turning out here horsepower-wise?
Well, I believe it's about a 6.5 horsepower block, but they're putting out about 14 to 15 horsepower now. So these engines have really come a long way in the last few years. Actually started out as more of a crate option, but it's turned into the main engine platform for kart racing, and the horsepower is actually really pretty good.
Pull it over, start it up.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yep. Just got the pull start right here, just like the old lawn mower. In fact, this motor is somewhat similar that you might find on like a generator or something to that aspect, only built up even more. Disc clutch. So this thing will fire right up, sit perfectly good on the ground until you put the throttle down and it engages. We'll turn the rear axle right here with a chain drive to the rear gear. And just like the big cars, gear ratio is very important depending on the track you're racing at. And as the track conditions change, you'll change your rear gear as well.
You can also change the balance on this race car, but not on the track. You have to do it in the pits. And
Yes.
it's similar to a spacer on the chassis. Take us through that.
Let's see if we can kind of come over here to the front of the kart real quick. Now, there's no suspension in these go-karts. They're all rigid chassis, so there's no springs, no torsion bars, or anything like that. In the front here, where the spindle actually is located, there are small washers or spacers that go to the top and the bottom of the spindle. You can move those to the top or the bottom. That'll actually raise or lower the ride height or the corner of the go-kart, which will change your cross weight and other aspects. So if you need to change handling on the go-kart, aside from playing with tire compound or playing with prep on tires, you might make a crossweight adjustment or even maybe move some pieces of lead from the right to the left side, depending on if you need more or less left side weight on the go-kart as well.
This isn't a cheap date by any means, way, shape, or form to be involved in, and I am really interested in about this tack right here that you have.
Yeah, the Micron 5 actually is one of the latest additions that they've come out for tack control that you have on the karts. There's a lot of functionality in this machine. It's actually got a GPS tracker involved in it.
Hold on. It has a GPS. So as you're okay, turn left, turn left, turn left. turn left. What if you spin out? Does it say rerouting?
But it's funny. It'll literally pick up Weedsport Speedway or Weedsport Kartway right on here. It automatically gets the size of the racetrack. It will read out your lap times, also the heat of the engine, and most importantly, at the end of the day, your RPM of the motor, so you know if you need to go up or down in gear on the back side of the car.
Taking a look at this seat, it looks like you are literally laying down in the cart itself when you're driving.
Yeah, the back side of the seat typically is anywhere, depending on driver preference, or if you're a junior driver or a senior driver, maybe anywhere from 8 to 10 inches above the actual rear axle. And again, that will also dramatically change the handling of the go-kart. A lot of times when you're on maybe a slicker track or you're looking to get more side bite, you might actually raise the seat a little bit to help with the weight transfer. When you run these cars indoor on concrete surfaces, you want to be as low as possible because the left side of the cart will actually have a tendency to come right up off the racetrack.
And right here where you're sitting, you have your gas tank. And
That's
this
right.
is regular 87 unleaded gasoline.
Yep, 87 octane gas. Actually, we for our races, it's mandatory to get all of your fuel right from the pit stop convenience store right in Weedsport, because that's what we use to test the level on the fuel to make sure that there's no doctoring with the fuel or anything else. But yeah, you just go to the gas station with your fuel can, fill her up, and go racing.
Well, this Sunday here at the Short Port, the Weedsport Speedway, we are going to have the kart races. And, of course, we've got a big show coming up in September, the 28th and 29th, and that is going to be a huge event as well.
Yeah, that's going to be actually probably one of the biggest races in New York State, as it turns out. We'll have a 2,000 to win show that day for the Pro Clone 360 class, but races all day Saturday, all day Sunday. It will conclude our points championship as well. Oktoberfest 2 is going to be a big one at Weedsport.
I noticed you didn't put any tires on this because Dan didn't want me to jump into it here tonight and ride it off set. Dan, thanks for bringing this out and going through it with us to give everybody a better idea and a better appreciation of what they can see this weekend.
For sure, and I encourage everybody, please, come on out to the Kartway this Sunday. It's free admission to sit in the grandstands. You just pull right onto the Weedsport grounds, come into the bleachers, enjoy some racing, and ask questions. Come up to the tower, see me or anybody else, and we'll let you know how to get going.
Speaking of questions, when we return here on Off Track TV Live, you have come through once again. We've got some questions that Dan and I are going to answer. So in our next segment, we're going to take that challenge. Stick around for more right here from Weedsport.
Weedsport Productions is the live video production company that you need at your next event. Our mobile production truck is outfitted with the most advanced broadcast equipment in the industry. Weedsport Productions covers racing, live sporting events, corporate events, and concerts. We can broadcast your event live, stream it to the internet, or produce an exciting in-venue experience for your audience. Visit weedsportproductions.com now to learn more.
It's back, bigger, badder, and more spectacular than ever. Napa Super Dirt Week, October 9th through the 13th at Oswego Speedway in New York. Racing's biggest party, music, camping, fireworks, and ground-pounding dirt track racing. Every ticket is a fan pit pass. Friday, Under the Lights, Saturday features, and Sunday's 200-lap big block finale. The biggest racing event on dirt, October 9th through the 13th. Get your tickets now. SuperDirtWeek.com.
As we got the cart out of the shop, and Dan, that is a beautiful looking cart. That's a great color scheme you have.
Yeah, actually, that harkens back to my Oswego Speedway days with cool Danny Sewell. He always ran a blue-colored car like that, and I always thought it was trick, so I always wanted to have one like that.
Well, you ready?
I am.
All right.
Let's do it.
The fans have come through once again. We've got some questions that we're going to tackle right here, and you took it a bit easy on us this week, but that's okay. Our first question comes in from Ham, You Rock 21. How do you get started in kart racing?
Well, we've touched on that a little bit. The biggest thing really, Shane, and to anybody tuning in, is just come to the races. You know, come this Sunday, check it out, see if it might be something that you are interested in. There's kart tracks all over the area. Oswego Kartway on Friday nights. Can-Am Speedway has a karting facility on Saturdays. Moose Mountain, I believe, is in Hastings, New York. There's kart tracks all over. Google go-kart racing, and you'll find a place to go to. Go check it out and ask questions.
And a lot of the drivers that we see in the modified sportsman, pro stock ranks, 358 modified ranks, and not just on the dirt tracks, cut their teeth in go-kart racing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you'll see it. I mean, Matt Shepard, Justin Hares, Billy Dunn. I mean, it's Eric Rudolph. There's just tons. Nearly all of them. Yeah. Nearly all of them got their start in some form of kart racing. Even on the pavement at Oswego, there's at least a dozen guys racing out there right now that have ran at the go-kart track. So it's a perfect way to cut your teeth.
And a big thanks to Ham, You Rock 21 for sending that in. Our next question, Black Sheep rules. Okay. Will the sportsmen be back this year?
They sure will, Shane.
Yes, they will.
Super Dirt Week. They'll be a part of that program. The kickoff on Wednesday night of Dirt Week, I believe that's October 9th.
That is correct.
And that will be a Dirt Car Sportsman Series event as well.
Yes, it will. And we always get a huge car count for the sportsmen here at the Weedsport Speedway. Big shout out to Nick McGill winning his first sportsman race here at the Weedsport Speedway back on August 11th with the Empire Super Sprint companion race. So, you know, he's going to be looking for 2 in a row. But Wednesday night, October 9th, kickoff. It's the kickoff for Super Dirt Week right here with the Dirt Car 358 Modifieds and the Dirt Car Sportsman.
It'll be a great 1-2 punch to get that week started.
Absolutely. And our final question, Rock and Roll Rob, what are the details for the Labor Day double play? That's a good one.
It's a double play that's really a triple play
that's
at the end of it. We've got the Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modifieds and the ESS Sprint Cars kind of top billing on that, 1 and 2. A rare chance to see those two divisions compete together, but we also have the Dirt Car Pro Stock Series running on that day as well. Racing starts at 6 o'clock. That's a real good 1, 2, 3 show.
Yes, it is. Gates open at 3. Pit gates open at 3. Grandstands at 4. Racing at 6 o'clock. That's going to be a great night. Last year, Mother Nature put a damper on it, so the Pro Stocks haven't been here in a couple years. I'm expecting a good turnout of the full fenders.
I am as well. They've had 2 shows already this year, 2 different winners. CD Beauchamp currently leads the point standings in that division. I love watching the Pro Stocks no matter where they compete. And it's just great to see those guys get to rub fenders here at Weedsport.
A lot of racing coming up here at the Weedsport Speedway over the next couple of weeks, and we're going to start it off this weekend with the karts, so make sure you're here at the short port. And that information again so everybody gets here on Sunday.
Yeah, well, we'll be opening up the pit gates at 10 a.m. Hot laps right around 1. We usually have time trials between 2 and 2:30, and the races, actual feature events, will start at right around 4 o'clock again. It is free to come and sit in the grandstands and enjoy the action. I believe it's $10 for a pit pass to go in and enjoy it from that side of the fence. You can go to weedsportspeedway.com. There's a Cartway tab at the top of that page. It has all the information as well.
That's right. Let's hit that again. Remember, any action, anything that takes place here at the Speedway, check us out, weedsportspeedway.com. Well, Dan, it is that time of the day. We have to end yet another episode of Off Track TV Live.
We always say it. It's literally the fastest 30 minutes I can think of.
It really is. But don't fret. We will be back Thursday, September 19th, right here once again with another episode. Looking forward to it, Dan.
For sure.
For everybody here at the Weedsport Speedway, for all the staff and the production truck, everybody here on set, for Dan Kapuscinski, my name is The Voice, Shane Andrews, saying thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here with Off Track TV.